take a trip back to my last video. Flashback, flashback, flashback. And don't worry, we'll bounce back against Man City. See you then. Yep, called it. Welcome along to another video for the Gallagher Shots YouTube channel, the home of the Always Smiling Faces podcast, by far the greatest YouTube channel for anything you want to do with Newcastle United. These are the player ratings for the game against Manchester City, the champions of the Premier League last season, that Newcastle United beat 2-1. I've been in therapy all day just getting over this. But my God, how good was that? What a 24-hour for Newcastle. From grim realisations that we might not actually be getting one in the transfer window again, to possibly breaking the transfer record, might be broken by the time you watch this, and beating Manchester City. I always said that people like our team would win titles, and it looks like we have, possibly for Liverpool. Martin Dubravka is one of those people. Martin Dubravka was brilliant. There was a bit of a melee in the box for the first bit, the first 24 seconds when Man City had us on the lines and on the ropes. Sorry, not the lines. See, I can't think straight at the minute. Yeah, Dubravka couldn't do much for the first goal. Let's be honest. Some terrific saves for the rest of the game though, and life on the line stuff. It was a textbook game from him, to be honest, against a stronger side, and it's something that we know he is capable of. For that, he gets an 8. Yedlin improved as the game went on. I think it was a bit of a quieter one for him. He was a bit asleep for the first goal. When you watch the replays, he was looking around, unbeknownst to him that a player was coming in and attacking the goal, and that obviously led to Dubravka going over and all sorts of nonsense. So he did deal with Sane and the other threats when under pressure, but a bit quieter on the attacking front. He didn't really have that chance to make some pelting runs down the wing. For that, I'll give him a 6, but I don't think that's an unfair one. I just think that Yedlin had a bit of a quieter one in the grand scheme of the rest of the game. Cher, on the other hand, really got into his stride after a frustrated start. He was given away a few little dangerous fouls here and there, that fiery side that we know he has but can win you games. Cracking tackle to prevent a City second, actually, which I thought was great, and he had a calm, composed performance, especially when the champions turned it on. 8 for Cher. Lascelles, classic captain performance. He really did keep the defence together this time. Amazing determination to reduce the City threat, and I think he's always better next to Lejeune. 7 for Lascelles. Lejeune, a remarkable game for him. This is a guy who's come back from injury very fast and looks like the exact same player that we had around this time last year, and is going to be vital in the next few months. Please, Florian, stay fit. He just improves that defence tenfold. And we've got a cracking back line. I've never ever been like watching Newcastle with this good a defence. He made some amazing clearances. There was a dangerous attack that City had. It was kind of two things that he did in a quick succession: a block, then a tackle, and he got the ball away. Lejeune gets 8. Then have I missed someone? I think that's about right. No, I'm right. Ritchie's next. He is our hero. Never looked like he wanted to sit back and lie down in this game. You know, kicking the flag, scoring the penalty. He scored that penalty under tremendous pressure as well. Edison was taken forever, and I mean, Ritchie knew that that was potentially a winning goal, so it proved the case. And you know, he's tireless. He never ever gives up, and you cannot fault him in this game. 9 for Ritchie. I thought he was magnificent. Longstaff, another magnificent game. What a revelation he's been. He won a vital penalty. Took Fernandinho apart, kept him in his pocket for the majority of the game, and De Bruyne as well. And he made a nuisance of himself. He got a great write-up from Pep. What's going on? Hands off. Do not have our Longstaff. No. He kept De Bruyne quiet, like I said. And you know, that's an ex-ball boy of Newcastle United, keeping quiet, one of the best players in the world. An amazing baptism of fire if you think of the games that Longstaff's had to come into and help us out. And it's the exact type of player that we want in the team at this point of the season. 8 for Longstaff. Hayden, real turnaround in this game. I think he was a lot better than he was in the Cup against Watford, which we won't talk about. But an assist to Rondon, brilliant little header down. He halted the City push forward, and he stopped them playing their game, to be honest. As ever, despite his personal reasons for wanting away from the club, we understand these things happen. He still plays for us, which is all we can ask for, really. 7 for Hayden. On to Atsu. He gave the City defence a good go a lot of the time. This is a player we know who is creative. He's been one of our best going forward in recent weeks, certainly in this changed Newcastle side, which look as though they can attack a bit more. He broke through sometimes, but when he was there was a little bit of a panic where he kind of went, oh, what do I do? Quick, give the ball to Rondon. Dangerous position, or at least a position where Rondon couldn't do anything from it. I still think he's lacking the final product, but he had a few shots. He's still confident enough, and that, again, is something that's good for the rest of the team. 7, he was replaced by Kennedy, who did help shut the shop up slightly, but he was only on for a few minutes and didn't do enough for anyone to complain about or really notice anything happening. Perez, though, I think it was one of his classic hard work ethic games. He really wanted this one. You could see when he came off the pitch during the entire game. So much so he was actually getting a little bit peeved by the City players who were going down. I think it was De Bruyne. He was having a bit of a to and fro with him, which is always good. And to be honest, you know, people can say what they like about Perez. A 1 million player in that team at the minute. I know that obviously the arrival of Mr. Almiron, which hopefully is happening, whatever, might threaten that. But competition is something maybe Perez wants, and this was a good game to show Rafa what he can do. All sorts of bother for an unsettled City defence. I'm not going to lie, City weren't at their best for this game, but brilliant challenge in the first half to nearly score, where he just took on, I think it was Danilo, who was having an absolute shocker of a game. 8 for Perez. Manquillo came on. I don't actually know what he had to do, but I know he recently got his boiler fixed. Brilliant bit of piece on Twitter from the account Ketch, so check it out, it's really funny. Man of the match for Rondon, rightly so as well. What a great guy. I love him to bits, and I hope that we can get this permanent deal over the line. Who knows? I don't want to think about losing Rondon right now. We've got him to the end of the season. That's all that matters for right now. He continued his form, similar to that game he had against Cardiff, tireless, holding the ball up tremendously, and he got a right poacher's goal. I know it wasn't the best finish, but do we really care how they go in? I don't think so. Brilliant. Just more work outside the box than in it. It's weird. I went to the Chronicles podcast to see what was said there. Malcolm McDonald was actually doing a piece, and he pointed out that Rondon in that Cardiff game didn't actually have any shots at goal, which is a bit of a sin for a striker. But I think that this tireless effort and this work rate from Rondon is a different style of striker, and it certainly is better than what Mitrovic probably does. I know he was getting a couple of goals for Fulham the other night, but if you're still making comparisons, look at the work that Rondon is doing, and look at that he's doing it every single game. He got the goal, which inevitably spurred us on. Terrific. I'll give him a 9. Right, yeah, that's it. Don't get carried away, right? Because, I mean, you know, this time yesterday, we were sick of our lives. City had gone 1-0 up in 24 seconds, and we thought, oh, this is it. Don't get carried away, but we have got that capability. There's something about Newcastle, when these big teams come to town, we like to try it, and sometimes it comes off. And with Rafa, we've beaten Man United, we've beaten City now. I never thought I'd see City lose to us ever again since the takeover, and these things don't come round in it very often. So cherish it and use it to push forward now for the rest of the season. Matt Ritchie scoring a winner against a Manchester team around the end of January and the start of February. Here we go again. Podcasts, previews, FIFA, believe it or not, transfer news. And I'll see you at Tottenham. Who's that team they call United? Who's